5 minutes. That's all it took for one rumor to ignite millions of hearts. No confirmation, no denial, just two names, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, and one place whispered across Weibo: Switzerland. A coincidence or a secret the world was never meant to see. It began quietly, too quietly for something that would soon shake the entire fandom. A single anonymous post surfaced on Weibo, describing a fleeting sighting in a small Swiss town. Two Asian men, dark winter coats, hats pulled low, masks covering half their faces. No loud entourage, no flashing cameras, just calm footsteps on snow-covered ground. Within minutes, readers stopped scrolling, because the description felt familiar. The posture, the silhouette, the unmistakable aura that longtime fans swore they could recognize anywhere. The post never claimed certainty. It didn't need to. Screenshots spread faster than explanations. Comment sections exploded with disbelief, excitement, and fear of disappointment. Some begged for restraint. Others felt their pulse quicken with a sense they couldn't explain. Then came the timing. Almost simultaneously, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan had both gone unusually quiet. No public appearances, no visible schedules. For two men known for relentless work ethics, the silence itself felt loud. And as the post gained traction, one question echoed across timelines and fandom spaces alike. Why Switzerland? And why now? As the rumors simmered, something else surfaced. Photos. Not joint photos. Not tagged locations. Just fragments. A cup of coffee by a frost-lined window. Snow-draped mountains under pale winter light. Warm wooden interiors that felt unmistakably European. Individually, they meant nothing. Together, they became a puzzle. Fans did what fans do best. They observed. They compared. They slowed down frames. They examined shadows and reflections with devotion bordering on reverence. Mountain ridgelines were matched. Window frames aligned. Even the tone of light, soft, northern, unmistakably alpine, became part of the discussion. No one claimed proof, but no one could ignore the similarities. Soon, keywords surged to the top of Weibo's trending list. The algorithm caught fire. International fans followed, translating posts, sharing theories, and holding their breath across continents. Was this just coincidence magnified by longing? Or was something quietly unfolding far from the noise of the entertainment industry? The deeper fans looked, the harder it became to dismiss the feeling that these moments, posted separately, carefully, were somehow connected. And that feeling refused to fade. Then the narrative shifted, not with photos, not with screenshots, but with voices. Several netizens came forward claiming they were Asian tourists traveling through Switzerland during the same narrow window of time. Their wording was careful, almost hesitant. No dramatic declarations, just observations that felt oddly grounded. Two Asian men, low-key presence, minimal security. For ordinary travelers, that would mean nothing. For figures as globally recognizable as Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, it felt unusual enough to pause over. According to these accounts, the two men did not behave like celebrities trying to hide. There was no visible panic, no rushed movement, no sense of being chased by attention. Instead, witnesses described an atmosphere of ease, a slow pace, the kind of calm that rarely exists in their professional lives. That detail struck a chord. Fans have watched Wang Yibo move endlessly between filming sets, brand events, and racing circuits. Xiao Zhan's schedule, packed with high-profile dramas and commercial commitments, leaves little room for true rest. For years, both have existed under relentless visibility. So the image that lingered was not scandalous. It was human. Two figures blending into a winter landscape. Anonymous, unclaimed, unlabeled. Yet even here, restraint mattered. No one asserted certainty. No one declared a shared trip as fact. What emerged instead was a collective question. Why did these sightings feel emotionally plausible? Perhaps because fans are intimately familiar with how rare genuine stillness is for stars of this magnitude. And perhaps because Switzerland, with its reputation for privacy and distance from Asian paparazzi culture, seemed like the kind of place where stillness could exist at all. Still, skepticism held its ground. Switzerland is not exclusive. Celebrities often choose it independently. Being seen in the same country does not equal traveling together. And yet, the emotional undercurrent refused to settle. Because timing, once again, refused to cooperate with coincidence, the discussion deepened. Chinese entertainment media entered cautiously, but deliberately. Major gossip accounts framed their coverage in questions rather than conclusions. Language remained careful. Allegedly, unconfirmed, speculated. Every sentence balanced on restraint. But restraint did not dull impact. Instead, it amplified it. Articles began pointing out overlapping gaps in both men's schedules. End-of-year breaks that aligned almost too neatly. Periods when neither Wang Yibo nor Xiao Zhan appeared in public, despite their normally visible routines. Fans noticed. They always do. This wasn't about digging for scandal. It was about pattern recognition built over years of observation. The fandom had memorized rhythms. When one usually disappeared for filming, when the other resurfaced for brand appearances. This time, the rhythm felt different. What intensified speculation was not media noise, but the absence of response. No clarifications were issued. No rumors directly addressed. No attempts made to redirect attention. In celebrity culture, silence becomes interpretive space. Some fans read it as dignity, others as strategic distance. Many simply saw it as exhaustion with endless scrutiny. Internationally, the conversation mirrored the same emotional divide. English-language discussions bloomed across platforms, not with aggressive claims, but with quiet longing. Posts spoke of relief at the idea of two heavily burdened figures finding even temporary peace. There was also caution, a reminder that fandom desire should never override personal boundaries. That curiosity must coexist with respect. That not every unanswered question demands resolution. And yet, silence continued to echo. Not as confirmation, but as tension. The story no longer belonged to facts. It belonged to feeling. At its heart, this moment is not about proving a relationship. It never was. It is about what Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan represent, individually and together, in the collective emotional memory of millions. Their names carry weight far beyond headlines. They symbolize eras, stories, resilience, and unfinished narratives that audiences still hold close. That is why a single rumor, built entirely on fragments, could travel so far. Switzerland became more than a location. It became a metaphor, a distant place, a quiet place, a place untouched by expectation. Whether they were there together or separately may never be publicly answered. And perhaps that answer is not the point. What matters is the reaction it sparked. The reminder that behind schedules, contracts, and public images are people whose absence can be felt just as strongly as their presence. For some fans, this rumor offered comfort. For others, restraint. For many, a mirror reflecting years of emotional investment. Nothing has been confirmed. Nothing has been denied. Only a pause remains. A pause filled with snow, silence, and unanswered questions. Was it coincidence magnified by memory? Or a private chapter the world was never meant to read? For now, the story stays unfinished. And perhaps that uncertainty, fragile, unresolved, and quietly powerful, is exactly why it continues to linger in the hearts of so many.